The screen bursts to life with a dazzling CGI sequence. A bustling modern cityscape with towering skyscrapers transitions into vast prehistoric landscapes teeming with dinosaurs. The roars of ancient beasts blend with the sounds of urban life, creating a mesmerizing juxtaposition. Hey folks, ever had one of those wild thoughts while daydreaming? Like, what would happen if the legendary Godzilla went head-to-head with a real dinosaurs? Yeah, me too. So grab a snack, get comfy, and let's dive into this epic hypothetical showdown. Humans have always been fascinated by giants, from mythical monsters to the colossal creatures that once roamed our planet. There's just something thrilling about imagining titanic beings clashing in an all-out battle. So today, we're pitting the king of monsters against one of the most formidable dinosaurs that ever lived. Who would win? Let's find out. First up, let's talk about our main monster, Godzilla. He made his grand debut back in 1954 in Japanese cinema. But he wasn't just any giant lizard, he was a symbol of nuclear devastation, a reflection of the anxieties of a post-war world. Over the years, Godzilla has evolved, sometimes portrayed as a villain wreaking havoc, other times as a reluctant hero saving humanity from even worse threats. So, what are we dealing with here? Godzilla typically stands around 350 feet tall. That's like stacking over 20 blue whales on top of each other. He weighs a staggering 90,000 tons. His body is massive and rugged, covered in thick, charcoal gray scales. Those dorsal fins running down his back? They not only look cool but also light up when he's about to unleash his signature move, the atomic breath. Speaking of which, Godzilla isn't just a big brute. His atomic breath is a beam of pure radioactive energy capable of leveling buildings and obliterating foes. He's got regenerative healing, bouncing back from injuries that would take down lesser creatures. And let's not forget his sheer strength. He's tossed around other giant monsters like they're playthings. Tanks, missiles, even nukes? They barely scratch him. This guy is the definition of indestructible. Now, who's worthy enough to challenge the king of monsters? Enter the Spinosaurus, a real-life nightmare from the Cretaceous period. Sorry, T-Rex fans, but this guy takes the crown as one of the largest carnivorous dinosaurs ever discovered. Spinosaurus lived about 100 million years ago in what is now North Africa. Picture a massive predator adapted for both land and water, kind of like a prehistoric crocodile but on steroids. It was first discovered in Egypt in 1912, but much of the original fossils were destroyed during World War II. Thankfully, more discoveries have painted a clearer picture of this incredible creature. This dino stretched up to 50 feet in length and weighed anywhere from 7 to 20 tons. It had a long, narrow skull filled with conical teeth, perfect for catching slippery prey like fish. But those teeth could do serious damage to any foe. The most distinctive feature? That huge sail on its back, made up of elongated spine bones. Scientists think it might have been used for display, thermoregulation, or even storing energy. Spinosaurus was no slouch in the hunting department. With powerful arms tipped with massive, curved claws, it could slash and grip with deadly efficiency. Its semi-aquatic lifestyle meant it was an adept swimmer, ambushing prey from the water's edge. Agile, strong, and fearsome, this dinosaur was the apex predator of its time. Alright, let's stack these two up. Godzilla at 350 feet tall versus Spinosaurus at around 20 feet tall at the hips and 50 feet long. In terms of weight, Godzilla's 90,000 tons absolutely dwarfs the Spinosaurus's maximum of 20 tons. It's like comparing a skyscraper to a two-story house. Godzilla's strength is off the charts. He's lifted and thrown monsters his own size. The Spinosaurus, while powerful, is designed to take down creatures much smaller than Godzilla. Its bite force and claw strength are impressive, but they'd be like pinpricks to the king of monsters. Then there's the atomic breath. Godzilla can unleash a beam of radioactive energy that could incinerate pretty much anything. The Spinosaurus doesn't have any ranged attacks, it's all physical with this dino. It would need to get up close and personal to even stand a chance. Godzilla's thick scales are practically armor. Add in his regenerative abilities, and you've got a creature that's nearly impossible to kill. The Spinosaurus had thick skin and robust bone structures, but it's still flesh and blood. One good hit from Godzilla could be a game-ender. So, let's imagine they meet on a coastal battlefield, a place where both land and sea come into play. Godzilla emerges from the ocean depths, while the Spinosaurus prowls near the shoreline, its natural hunting ground. As Godzilla's massive form rises from the water, the ground trembles. The Spinosaurus senses the disturbance, its primal instincts kicking in. It lets out a thunderous roar, and the battle of the ages is set to begin. The Spinosaurus, relying on speed and agility, might try to circle Godzilla, looking for an opening. Maybe it attempts a flanking maneuver, using the terrain to its advantage. Godzilla, however, keeps a steady gaze, his dorsal fins beginning to glow ominously. The Spinosaurus charges in, claws ready to strike. Godzilla responds with a swipe of his colossal tail, but the Spinosaurus dodges, showcasing its agility. Closing the distance, the dino slashes at Godzilla's leg. Sparks fly, but the monster hardly flinches. Godzilla then unleashes his atomic breath. A beam of searing energy scorches the earth, narrowly missing the Spinosaurus. Realizing the danger, the dino attempts to retreat, but Godzilla closes the gap with surprising speed. With a mighty roar, he grabs the Spinosaurus, lifting it effortlessly. In a final, decisive move, Godzilla hurls the Spinosaurus into a nearby cliffside. The impact is devastating, and as the dust settles, it's clear that the king of monsters stands victorious. While we could imagine a scenario where the Spinosaurus gets in a lucky shot or perhaps targets a vulnerable spot, the reality is that Godzilla's overwhelming power and abilities make him nearly unbeatable in this matchup. The dinosaur's natural weapons just aren't enough to take down a creature of Godzilla's magnitude. Let's get a bit nerdy for a sec. From a physics standpoint, Godzilla's very existence bends the rules. His movements would generate seismic waves, and the energy of his atomic breath would be equivalent to a nuclear explosion. The Spinosaurus, being bound by the laws of nature, simply can't compete with that level of destructive force. Biologically speaking, a creature the size of Godzilla would have immense challenges, like supporting its own weight and finding enough food. But if we suspend disbelief, his fictional biology allows him to bypass those issues. The Spinosaurus, while massive, still had to adhere to the constraints of its environment, metabolism, and physical structure. Chatting with paleontologists or biologists, they'd probably tell us that the Spinosaurus, impressive as it was, wouldn't stand a chance against a creature like Godzilla. Physicists might chuckle at the notion of Godzilla's atomic breath, but hey, it's fun to imagine. Godzilla isn't just a monster, he's a cultural icon. Originating from Japan, he's been a symbol of the dangers of nuclear power and a reflection of societal fears. Over the years, Godzilla has become a beloved character worldwide, starring in numerous films, comics, and even inspiring other media. Dinosaurs like the Spinosaurus capture our imagination because they were real giants that once walked the earth. They've been the subject of countless studies, movies, and children's dinosaur obsessions. They remind us of Earth's incredible history and the ever-changing nature of life. Putting a mythical creature against a real one highlights our fascination with the unknown versus the known. Godzilla represents human creativity and the embodiment of our fears and hopes, while the Spinosaurus is a testament to the wonders of natural history. It's a fun way to explore both science and storytelling. So, there you have it, a breakdown of what might happen if Godzilla fought a real dinosaur like the Spinosaurus. We've considered their sizes, strengths, abilities, and even taken a little dive into science and culture. In the end, it's pretty clear that Godzilla would emerge victorious. His immense size, unparalleled strength, and devastating atomic breath give him an insurmountable edge. The Spinosaurus, while a fearsome predator, just doesn't have the means to take down the king of monsters. But hey, that's just my take. What do you guys think? Could the Spinosaurus find a way to win? Or is Godzilla just too powerful? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing your theories. A montage of epic moments from the hypothetical battle plays, set to thrilling music. Scenes of Godzilla and the Spinosaurus in their natural habitats fade into a closing shot of the sunset over the ocean. Thanks for joining me on this wild journey. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more epic showdowns and awesome content. Until next time, stay curious, my friends.